Hello, everyone, and welcome to Team Talk here on Blood Bowl Live. We're here to go through every single team in our favorite tabletop football game and see what on earth is going on. I'm Chris. I'm joined by Luke this week, and we are going to go through. You can tell by the excitement in my voice. We are going through my darling babies, my little hatchlings, my beautiful, beautiful ducks that are the Lizardmen team. I'm very excited, Luke. I'm sure you can tell I'm excited by going through this one because Lizardmen are just the absolute love of my Blood Bowl life. If you are brand new to Blood Bowl or you've been watching it from afar, why would you pick up these beautiful, darling Lizardmen?
I mean, I'm sure you will absolutely step in if you don't agree with anything I say here, but I think they are a pretty complete package, and I think one of the best starting teams. They have a great kind of variety of skills and players within it, where you've got kind of really fast and agile pieces with the skinks and the chameleon skink. And then some much heavier strength 4 pieces um, who remain agile at the same, or remain quick and can move quickly across the field. All then topped off by a very resilient big guy in the form of the Croxagore, with also tails, so you can get in and cause problems for agility teams dodging away. And they've had some kind of a few buffs, I think, since season 2 too.
Yeah, I think so. They do. They always felt like me, the team that were they were very good at whatever kind of style you wanted to play, and kind of if you're a new coach, I think they're a good one to pick up to almost see what style suits you. I think if you pick them up and you start absolutely annihilate, you discover you're a bash coach, you've got all of those strength 4s, and then the strength 5. If you play them and you suddenly decide you want to play Edge, which is kind of what I did, you've got those skinks, which are very agile players. So it really does allow you to kind of do and learn which style suits you in a more extreme way than I think some other teams. Let's have a look at the roster then. The skink are your linemen coming in at 60,000. Movement 8, strength 2, edge 3, passing 4, armor 8, dodge and stunty. So their movement means that it does make this team one of the quickest teams out there with the most movement 8s that you can take. You then have the chameleon skink, who is your throwing piece. Cost 70,000. You can take 2 of these. Movement 7, strength 2, edge 3, passing 3 up, armor 8, dodge on the ball, shadowing, and stunty. Shadowing has had a buff in this new edition, so that makes this positional even better. Then you've got your big guys. So then the other half of the team, you've got your 6 Saurus blockers coming in at 90,000, movement 6, strength 4, edge 5, passing 6, armor 10, and new to the edition, Juggernaut and Unsteady. Gives them a bit of resilience, but it doesn't allow them to secure the ball. And then your Croxagore, your big guy, which you can take one of 140,000, movement 6 again, strength 5, edge 5, passing 6, armor 10, bonehead loner, mighty blow, prehensile tail, and thick skull. This new edition, lizards have always kind of been up there in high tiers if you've looked at tournaments. There's some really good buffs to this team in the new edition, Luke. I mean, the additional skills they've got and the ability to take past the changes to existing skills and the ability to take a passing skill on that skink have just made this team look very, very, very tantalizing.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can feel the excitement coming. I think the shadowing buff's quite nice on the skink. So shadowing's now a flat 4 up. So irrespective of your movement or their movement. So more often you'll be able, where it's a 50-50 to keep that player on whoever they're marking. Juggernaut, obviously quite fun on the blockers. It only comes on one of the blitzers, but you're kind of really never not blitzing with a Saurus. I would say 95% of the time they are your blitzing piece in that game. Gaining Devious as well on the skinks, kind of quite fun if you want. You can build them as fowlers, and it's not a kind of bad choice to do that either. But yeah, they're so versatile, so much movement, so much strength. They are, yeah, a kind of very complete and fun team to get going with.
I think for me, the change that I'm most excited about, I think, is the addition of a Juggernaut is great, but it's the addition of a passing primary on a chameleon, which I've wanted when I first started playing Lizards. There were several games where I feel like I threw opponents off by playing a full-on passing game. I had pass on my chameleon as a secondary, I had catch on my skinks, and they can do it. They've got the edge. They've then got the speed that makes them such good, you know, getting from end to end of the pitch with a good passing. And
Yeah,
having some of those skills, I mean, with the addition of shadowing on them as well, I feel like you would be considering Nerves of Steel as a first skill on them, because that allows them to go up, mark a piece that may want to escape, do a pass without any negative modifiers, and then you shadow that piece away on a 4-up. That is a deadly kind of combination to really frustrate an opponent. So
yeah, and with
really, really good.
I think also with the way now random skills are working. So, for those who aren't aware, you now roll two when you randomly skill up a player. You roll twice, and you get a choice between two skills. So that will also potentially keep your team value down if you're trying to roll into those passing skills, and you get that kind of basically double choice. And yeah, it might be say you roll Nerves of Steel and go that more aggressive chasing one, or you start rolling things like accurate or long pass and opening up those bigger stretch plays. And I think, yeah, it's a really fun way to build them, and it's not too far away to get a skill up to get that passing 2+2, and then I think they would be terrifying.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I mean, the good thing, I guess. So, what does 1 million build look like here? It doesn't feel like it's going to be very different. So, if you're an existing Lizard coach, you're going to be familiar with what you get for 1 million, really.
Yeah, that's it. And so I've done two, one with a Crocs and one without. So the one with comes in at exactly 1 million. So it'll be 6 regular skinks, no chameleons, 4 Saurus, and a Crocs with 2 rerolls, which I think is probably slightly weaker. And I think saving up for the Crocs may be the better play. But the other team, so without the Crocs, which I think is basically the same as it used to be, is 4 skinks, 1 chameleon, 6 Saurus, 0 Crocs, 2 rerolls, comes in at 990. Which, if you're up against a million team, gives you that 10k prayers to Nuffle, which I think is a great change, adding that as an inducement, especially in league play, trying to get those weird little extra SPP gains.
Yeah, and actually, something I always found with Lizard teams in tournaments and in league was that you always had a slightly awkward amount of treasury left that you struggled to spend if tournaments didn't allow things like mascots at that kind of 30k mark. You often struggled to find where to put that. The Saurus have gone up by 5k since the previous edition. Juggernaut has cost them that, but actually you always had about 30 left, so it's not it doesn't really feel like it's kind of hindering them to have that extra cost there. I could talk about Lizardmen for ages. I'm not going to. They are, I think if you are brand new to the game or you've only played a few times and you maybe kind of don't know what your style is yet, I think they are a really good team to pick up. And especially now with some of the passing changes, I think you can pass, you can edge, you can bash your way to being really successful with them. And even if you play them for a couple of games and then you go, right, let's go down a bash route or let's go down a pass route, they are a really good entry level for this third edition. Um, we will be back another time to bring you another team from the list of Blood Bowl teams that we've got. That's it for Lizardmen. Thank you very much, Luke. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back for more another time, and we'll see you then.